Hello, Raheem. I'll be with you in a second. Now we're coming in. Coming in with the game. Yeah, okay, Raheem. I think I have a serious condition in Mortal Kombat. Have not been doing anything recently except play Mortal Kombat 9 and 10. That's I guess that'd be like that sometimes. Hey, I'm not burying multiple bodies in the back garden. Welcome. This is the outfit for this game. Oh, I just need to make sure the audio is going. That's the only other thing I have. Her eyes back to normal.
Hello, welcome back, Saba.
Hello, welcome back. What is I?
This one.
Probably have to lower it though. It's probably crazy. There we go. We are ready to please. Wow, I want this game. Not it to be over in a way that it's like I hate it. I'm just like, oh my god, we've been here for so long. I love it, but I want to know what's happening.
What were we just about to do? Oh, Moon's mural, right? Because we got the dial finally.
Yeah, and that's room 512, right? The only room we haven't opened.
Which we don't have a key for.
And then the other one, there was like goopy flesh. I think that was in the way of it.
Yeah, there's like a weird thing of flesh there, so I don't know why it's like it looks like it should be unlockable, but as far as I know, there's just a big pustule there, so I don't.
Zach,
think that's...
do you think this is considered a reasonable purchase of Mortal Kombat 11 with an Injustice 2 DLC for a humble, reasonable price of £85?
I think Mortal Kombat sucks as a fighting game franchise, period, and you're a fool for even considering getting Mortal Kombat. Get Street Fighter 6 like an actual gamer. How about that?
Ouch, that's mean.
You can say that it's mean, but Mortal Kombat has sucked ass for fucking like 12 years. It is pure spectacle with literally no substance.
Well, as I say, if you make money, right, and you can afford it, and it's something that you want,
sure,
feel free. You know, I tend to wait until like I get a reasonable discount.
We do have the 512 key.
We go 512. We go to we go to the moon.
Okay, so where was that?
It's either a floor down.
I think it's a floor up. Okay, so I can take the ladder room.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is just a room, and it'll just provide us information.
You think so? The one that the one that the room that has the same number that's been showing up like a billion times. You think it's gonna have nothing in it?
No, I'm saying I hope it's not like the. I hope it's not like it moves the game forward.
No, that should be the dial thing, right?
Yeah. Ugh.
Cards.
What do I look?
It's the cards. The tarot.
Okay. How many cards do we have? Do we have enough?
Dream Diary.
In fact, I'm going to Zach's stream. Okay, that's between you and him, Reem.
6-9. I dreamt I was an imperial farmer. I embraced my lover in the red deserts of Kitsa when a storm consumed us, the sand grinding us down until nothing remained.
Great.
13th night. I was a worker in the mines of Leng when I was consumed by a shapeless mass of flesh. Isn't that like what's happening right now?
Yes, yes.
My flesh joining with the flesh of many others until my bones remained. My mind joined the collective flesh, which persists beyond death. As a storm raged in the sky, I fell from a ruined skyscraper on Veneta, but I never reached the ocean below. I kept falling when
this is
suddenly
the order
lightning struck the building.
That we have to put the cards down, I think.
So you think it's not just about placing them in the right spot? You think it's about placing them in the right order?
Maybe, because it's like, look, there's 5 and there's like numbers associated with this, right?
I most definitely, without doubt, my family brain absolutely crush him. I'm confident with this statement. I mean, that's fine, Raheem. You can be better at fighting games than me, but you are buying Mortal Kombat 11, so that kind of moot point right there. 18th night. I was floating in the sunless sea below the ice of rot front. Dude, these are fucking vivid.
Yeah.
The sunless sea beneath the ice of rot front. When I saw a large creature move in the darkness below me in the moon's dark core. Final night, I saw a burning eye in the sky above the clouds of Buyan. I was walking through the floating imperial palace when the gaze of the sun like iris turned my body to ash.
Burned, but yeah.
That's what I said.
I heard turned, but like, whatever. It's like similar. So remember how we were trying to look back through our memories to look at the posters? I think we actually need to do that now, unfortunately.
No, well the what do you call it? The cards have like the pictures
Symbols.
that are reminiscent of the areas, plus the symbols.
I guess. Maybe.
We only need to
maybe.
recognize like 6. So do you want okay, so do you think that that is a bonus thing, or do you think the dial is a bonus thing? How many cards do we have? Do you think the dial gives us the final card? Because that was 6 slots. Let's see if we
because it's
have
kind of
6
like
cards.
right, the moon thing is right, it feels like, where we should be going next, because that's where we started off, and it was like, we don't know how to solve this. We're gonna have to come back.
And then it literally dropped the dial in our lap, right?
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
1, 2,
It's nice to be
3,
passionate.
4, 5, 6. We do have
We
all
have
6.
them all. Yeah. I would say let's do this.
You think the cards first?
I think the cards first, yeah. Luckily we can save. You should
if
save.
that's the case, I should save. But if that's the case, then we would have to deposit. Once again, I don't know how this works. Where it's like
you could just. I don't think they move. It's kind of like the same thing with the other stuff. They'll probably just
do you
stay
think it's
there.
like I can do a couple and then put the rest back and be fine?
Though, if it's like, if the order actually matters, I'm not sure. But I guess maybe
That's
we can
true because we don't know. Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't really have. You're not really gonna have to fight anyone.
How do you know? How do you know that putting the cards down doesn't bring us into a boss fight?
Oh, that's what you meant. So I meant like going to there. You won't have to fight anyone. But yeah, that's
no. There's the one guy, but I can avoid them.
Yeah.
All right. So do me a favor in the Discord chat, if you would mind typing in the order of the planets here, because it's Kitza first, then Lang.
Wait, is it just L-E-N-G?
Yep. L-E-N-G, Lang.
Yeah.
Then it's Veneta. Then it's Rotfront.
Rotfront.
And then it's Buyan. Which is only 5, by the way. Yeah. All right. So with that being said, so it's Kitza first, but which one is... Kitza is the desert, right?
Maybe? Oh, with their lover. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
Is that what the...
I went to Kitza with my lover, and then we all disintegrated in the desert.
Wait, no. What is that? I think you're right, but sorry, I gotta double check. I think you're right, but
yeah, embrace my lover in the red desert.
Embrace my lover. Yeah, okay.
Flesh. Death. Ooh, isn't this? Ooh, maybe sacrifice card.
Because death is about transformation, right?
Yeah. A storm. This just says a storm. Tower. Maybe the tower card.
Oh, it would be the tower, because Veneta is the one that has all the skyscrapers because the world got flooded.
Floating in a sunless sea. Ice.
It says sun, but I doubt that means it would be the sun card.
Maybe moon.
It's probably moon.
Maybe
it says
moon
moon's
because
dark. It says moon's dark core, and then sun like iris. Okay, yeah. So that means that it was
the lovers, presumably. I think death, the tower, moon, sun.
Oh, it's just in the. Oh, star must be last then, because remember there's only 5 pages but 6 cards.
Yeah.
So which one's star? I thought star was the where. Oh, star is where the government is, which is like, isn't that like Hague or something like that? Is the name of that?
If I go up far enough.
Okay. I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna make our
Yeah,
way over there.
Heimat. Heimat?
Hemat.
Hemat.
Heimat. Hemat. I don't know. Either or. So that's probably that's probably the last one then, just because of its exclusion. So that's interesting. Whoever wrote that dream diary just never dreamed about He-Man, I guess.
Yeah. We don't forget that like we could potentially that one guy in that room can potentially get up because you I think killed 2.
Yeah, I thermited 2 of them, and the third one's not doing. All right, so Kitza,
Is...
which is lovers. Then it is Lang,
which is I believe death.
Death.
Yeah.
Spin it real quick. It kind of has to be, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And then it's Veneta, which is the tower.
Yeah, Stormy Tower.
I do, because once again, I know that you talked about this last week, but like, I love the idea that people kind of just assume that death is like the worst arcana, when in actuality, the tower is the worst arcana, because the tower literally means like complete destruction.
Yeah, and for the most part, within even like all media, they still just take like death and use it as like, oh, like it's the worst thing, and I'm just like, oh, come on, man, please.
I genuinely think that's because like the arcana and the meanings of the arcana come from an age where people were a lot more religious. So the idea of dying didn't necessarily mean that you were gone forever. It meant that you were going someplace else, hypothetically. So I do feel like that's a pretty significant reason as to why it doesn't mean the same thing anymore. So then it would be, so Rot Front would be moon, then Buyan is sun, and then star for, what'd you calls it?
Heimat, Heimat, whatever, yeah.
Oh, it just automatically resorts. Okay, great. Save again.
Saving again.
I don't know. I hope that this isn't progress. I mean, if it is, I guess we'll just reload the save, but still.
Yeah, because from, like, I don't know, all my inference of, like, how the situation is.
This kind of feels like bonus stuff, I think, because we didn't need these cards for anything other than this.
This kind of feels like this is, like, you know, unlocking backstory or something like that.
Yeah, I can see
more knowledge.
All right, so after Veneta is Rot Front, which is moon. Then it is Buyan, which is sun. Oh, the days of the diary entry, because it said like the 19th, the 15th, the whatever, also correspond with the arcana number.
Oh.
So that was like a different thing. So that's a really cool puzzle. That's a good way of doing that. All right, you ready for some horrible boss fight to occur, and I'm super unprepared for?
Hopefully it's like... Oh, it's the moon phases!
Just,
so it is progress, but not like what you thought.
I thought it would be something cooler. I'm so sad.
Okay, do that. Let me take a screenshot.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty funny. I thought we would be getting some kind of like backstory.
I thought we were gonna get a cool thing. I'm so sad. Oh. Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get like a weapon. I thought we were gonna genuinely. I thought we were gonna get the grenade launcher.
I like the idea that a bunch of Arcana cards would give us something that cool.
Now I'm sad.
Well, at least you're not being thrown into a battle you're not prepared for. Though we may be in like a few seconds. So I don't know. Maybe suit up.
The last boss fights have been very generous when it comes to giving us a save point right before the boss.
Oh, you are right.
So, I'm going to hope that we're fine. You need
and
rock
then
front is the one that needs to dial, right? Yeah.
the
Okay,
names.
so Hemat is it this? Is that right? Rot front is just empty, so I think it's that.
Rot front's the one that.
Rot front is bottom right. What's top left? Top
Top
right
left
is
is
Veneta. I know that.
top left is sun, so I think it's Bouillon.
Oh, that is probably Bouillon. You're right. So I think Bouillon is good. I can't tell
Bouillon.
which one. I can't tell which one means
Kidech is the bottom left one, right?
Kidze.
Kitze, yeah.
I think that, right? And then which one's Lang? Lang is the bottom one. How's that? Do you think I have this backwards? Do you think the blue is not the shadow?
Maybe, but
Do Hemat and Veneta have the same thing?
Hemat and Veneta.
Wait, no, I must have this correct because otherwise you wouldn't be able to make the semicircle shapes.
Wait, move back.
What do you mean move back? Like leave?
Now look
Oh,
through the
do you
hole,
think look
maybe.
through the hole?
Yeah. I
It's
don't want to
glitching
look
out
at
a
it.
little bit.
I don't want to look at it.
Do you think that this? So in that case, do you think it's this?
We'll try switching it. Yeah.
And then
We're gonna do
Bouillon is empty. Oh shit! Oh!
No, thank you. No.
I can't leave. We have to go through.
No, no.
That's not what we're crawling through the hole.
And we're back to
All
where
right,
we
we're
were.
back in the room.
Back in time.
Back to the room. There's blood on the floor. The door won't open yet. How do we know that? Oh shit! Do we have any keys for this?
Well, we can't go back, so.
What? That's a bold statement to make, I think.
Seems like we're kind of like.
Oh, that changed. Because last time it said, I don't recognize whatever. It's locked. It requires a key. And then we would need a passcode in addition to that. It's way moldier in here than last time too, by the way. Want to try the computer?
The Yellow King hasn't changed either, has it?
No.
Ha! Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no.
The door's open. Zaba, the
Where
door's
were
open.
we?
It's a save room.
Is
With
this
a
the red light
lot
you think
of
it's me?
stuff.
Zach, is this it?
This might be boss. Okay, we'll there's a lot of papers. We'll read them in a second. Hey, wait a minute. It took away all my inventory.
Maybe we've reverted back to where we originally were, Zach. So we've like, it like.
But
like
all my stuff is still in here.
Well, yeah, I think that'll. Yeah, I think that, but it's like within the canon of what's happening. Yeah, we've been like slingshotted back into like the start.
What do you think I should stock up on? Do you think I should stock up on boss weapons or should I stock up on like area clear weapons? Because it did just give us a fuck ton of regular pistol ammo.
That's interesting. I'm not sure. I mean, normally we would say boss, but you get a lot of. If our most ammo right now is regular weapon, maybe go regular. Oh.
I still have space. I could hypothetically do explosive. Because of flares, that's revolver. I have rifle ammo. And the elephant gun.
Very big gun.
All right. I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna read, and then we're gonna save again. Save and read and save again.
No mind.
I don't
bending
know. Who knows?
information.
Maybe the fucking what you calls it? maybe these make us go insane and we just die.
Yeah. Maybe.
Auntie's note. Ariane, I left some of yesterday's dinner in the fridge for you. You can warm it up when you get back from school. Please pick up the books your uncle ordered from E2 Bookstore on your way home. Remember to leave some space in your school bag for them this time so they don't get wet. So I think that's
leave
like
a thing
leave
open?
leave inventory space. Whatever
Yeah.
we're about to do, don't have full inventory. But how much inventory space are we supposed to?
Maybe they'll take whatever these weapons are. And that's why they're giving us like regular stuff.
Workforce assignment for Ariane. We have been informed that your compulsory military service period has recently completed. According to our files, you have previously graduated from Mandelbrot Polytechnical High School in Rotfront Sector C on whatever, and have recently submitted an application for a military service assignment for the Penrose program.
Penrose?
You have been processed by Aeon Workforce Assignment. Previous work experience: store clerk at the photo store as part-time,
Yeah.
compulsory military service, which is fair, and then long-range radio operations officer training. Okay. Should you not be accepted by a military service program by the end of the season or find other employment, you will be assigned to the following workplace: Sapersky Production and Mining Facility on Lang. So who was Ariane not the person that we were doing the flight with in the spaceship?
I thought so. Her hair's white, right?
Yeah, because Ariane, like she lost pigment in her hair really quickly, which, by the way, I thought only happened with like the psychic people, because all of the what you calls it. No, actually, that's not true. I guess the Falk had dark hair.
Yeah.
All of the pictures of the short psychic girls, whatever they were called, I don't remember.
Calibri.
They all had white hair. Sorry, Calibri. You are correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's really strange. So which one's true?
I don't know. It seems like there's two like almost timelines going on. One where we go on Penrose, and then another where
And then one where we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to make like a wild speculation, I think that all of the stuff for the Penrose, like all the stuff with Ariane and Elster on the Penrose program, including them like clearly being lovers, that might just be the psychic projection of somebody dying. Right? Like this is what they would have wanted to have happened.
Maybe we'll have to see. Yeah.
There's one more document.
I don't know which one's real or not.
It's a letter. Letter from Mother. My dearest Ariane, I'm so glad to hear you're feeling better again. I was worried when I heard from your aunt that you're in the hospital again. I still remember how you used to get sick so much as a child. Please don't overexert yourself, okay? The photo you sent me is very interesting. What a strange coincidence that she looks so much like you.
Like you?
You could be twins. Perhaps she is related to us somehow. Though I don't know anyone named Sio. Sio? How do you say that?
Sio. I think it's Sio.
Sio in our family. From the looks of it, it was shot on Veneta. Your military service will begin soon, so you might be wearing a uniform like her soon enough. Please send me a photo when that happens. Love, Mother. I'm gonna equip pistol.
Understand. So you want to save one more time?
I don't either. I'm not.
I feel like am I supposed to be linking something together? Like, Like, are we supposed to
Kinda.
be? Are we supposed to be Seo, but we like died and then we were turned into the machine of
I think that's very
Mm.
possible. I think that's very possible that we were a person named Co, and then we died, and then they just used our brain imprint because they were like, oh, they're a really good soldier. Well, not even soldier, really good like operative, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You think 2 inventory slots is enough for what they're
Oh my god,
asking
you think
for?
what we're gonna run into her? You think that's who we'll run into in the next room?
Once again, I still think that the final boss is going to be a Falk because that's the only type of like android that we have not fought yet. We've even fought Elsters apparently.
Okay, let's go.
This is the end. Leave forever. I feel
Yeah.
so bad that we don't have any of the keys for that safe and stuff.
Are they not like in
We
this
didn't
room
miss
or
anything,
something?
right? We did 100% of everything.
Yeah, unless it was supposed to be something like, no, don't use the keys. Maybe that's the secret ending.
Maybe that's the secret
I think
ending
that's
where it's
I
like
think maybe that'll be something where it's like, oh, the keys for like 512 and like all the other stuff. No, you have to keep them. I feel like that's secret.
Maybe. Because that's true. Because all we got from room 512 was the knowledge of how to solve the dial puzzle.
Yeah, I think that's a secret
You,
ending. I think that's a shenanigan. Like you have to do some,
well, I
things.
will say that I know that a big part of the secret ending is like being in certain rooms and listening to certain radio frequencies. Like that's how specific it gets. I know that.
Okay.
Once again, depending on how this goes, I might just end up looking it up just to see. But I don't know. Is this the true ending? Is this just the regular ending? I have no idea. I guess all
Yeah,
we
I
can
don't
really do
know.
is just go forward.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Slowly getting red and brighter. No, it's just getting whiter now. Now we're on
More
like a
documents.
shit. Adler.
Adler's note. All efforts to contain this illness have been in vain. All the Gestalt workers have succumbed to it, leaving only dark shadows on walls and floors where they died. Why did it? What is this disease that causes you to fucking vaporize, though?
I
And
don't.
soon, all of us replica will have lost our senses and turned to writhing masses of flesh. I now believe it is not an infectious disease nor some form of poison or radiation. It was a slow corruption of reality itself. As I've relived the same cycle over and over, each time details change, things are twisted, added, removed. How long until it all turns to nothing but noise?
I mean, that's kind of what happened to us, right? With all the fleshy things that's changed.
Kinda, I guess.
The
A
eye
red dream.
dream, yeah.
A crashed ship, a strange
Oh,
gate, a hole in the ground. That's the intro of the game.
yeah.
An island beyond reach, memories from other lives, dreams of suffering and loneliness, a promise, a search for someone lost. That's the game.
Yeah.
Period. I saw her in the red emptiness waiting before me. We had made a promise. As the memories of a stranger rushed into my mind, I felt the borders of myself blur. Okay, so there's obviously like consciousness merging and stuff, which we kind of already knew. Now I can no longer tell where Falk ends and Elster begins.
What?
Okay. We're
What?
not a Falk, though, are we? Or are we just. I don't know.
Or
Well, clearly the game's
maybe,
like
well, I guess that the
mind
folk
fucking,
is
but.
controlling us. Like the folk's taken over, and like this Elster unit in order to. I don't freaking. I don't
We're
know.
definitely gonna have to do a digest in a
I
minute.
don't
Like
know.
after whatever this boss fight is about to be, we're gonna have to do a digest to figure any of this out.
Oh.
Stop. You must turn back. There is nothing for you there. You've tried so many times and you failed every time. Don't you see that you're ruining everything? This is your final warning. Okay, well, maybe Adler's the boss then.
Maybe.
It's a table.
That's
Oh,
Falk hugging.
It's well, it might be us. I think the Falk would be way taller than that, right? Clearly that's
You're right.
Clearly that's Ariane, right? Because of the white hair.
Yeah.
The Falk is like what, 9 foot something, right?
All of them are crazy, but yeah.
Falk's memory. We were dancing to that song they started the broadcast with. We fell asleep watching that movie we have seen before so many times. If only I could take us back to that time when we were happy. These memories are mine.
Okay,
now.
so no, Elster is the one with, what is it?
Elster is the one that has these memories, and
Yeah,
Falk
but
is
Falk
adopting them.
Yeah, Falk, remember, because Falk went somewhere and then was infected with something, and now maybe Falk's the one messing with reality now.
Because I guess the thing is that just like on a sheer logical level, these can't be Falk's original memories, because why on earth would a psychic goddess robot be assigned to a single Gestalt individual on a spaceship, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Oh, that's the beach and that's the island.
Yeah. Oh, here Falk. It is. Here's Falk.
Why do you return? There's nothing for you here.
That's definitely goddess-like accessories.
She has the fucking Amaterasu, like, head circle.
Oh, it's like the planet. Are those the planets above her head rotating?
Oh shit! It might actually just be the solar system diagram as well. That's crazy. She'll never dance with us again, no matter what we do. She doesn't even want us anymore. Yep. Okay. Both of us were incomplete. Let us become whole again. Yeah, I maybe.
Good luck.
I'm gonna use this opportunity to learn as much as I can. Hey, Bench. Yeah, I can shoot her pretty well. Ow.
Don't know what that said.
Anything with these?
Oh, you can pick it up.
Pick up spear? Yo, am I gonna Lance a Longinus her?
What if you end up becoming her? You need all of them, I think. You need to combine all of them. And that's why you need space.
All of them? No, I can only carry one spear at a time. Did she take it? She didn't.
No, it's in your hand.
Combine spear with pistol?
Gun?
Combine spear with me? No.
Ammo?
Become spear? Okay, now she's moving.
I don't know.
She's very much not taking damage from this, or at least she's not reacting.
Oh, this music.
Oh. No, come on, dude. F? Oh, I pushed her. I pushed her slightly. Drop. Okay, now what?
Whoa!
Oh! Didn't know that was gonna happen.
That was like black hole. Spears. Can you pick them up now? I think they're like not lethal anymore.
I can only carry one spear at a time.
Okay, so that it's only okay. I thought it meant like you could only. Did you lose your spear?
Oh my god, I didn't bring any of the backup stuff. Any of the second chance like EpiPens.
Oh my god. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll just die this time. We're learning, as
I mean,
said.
it's fine. I still... Oh, wait, did I? Oh, I did use the spear. It's through her head. Elster. Hello?
Remember when it hits you, yeah, you don't really...
No. Okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it. So now I know that we don't... What the fuck was the pistol for that? Do you think the pistol is so that way you can trigger her to drop the thing? Because it seemed like she just drops it after taking damage. Like, because that's an attack, right? With all the spears coming down.
Yeah. And then you have to, I guess, wait. I think maybe it's a little bit of a damage deal with the red hole. But you know it's red, so it... What is it? What is it called? It signals ahead of time.
It's called End Home. It's the name of this zone. I'll keep the rifle. I don't think I want that.
Make sure to pick up a repair spray.
Well, not the EpiPens.
The EpiPens.
I don't need the... Well, I don't need no ding-dang repair spray.
And now you need to leave the last one open.
We never got the grenade launcher.
You must have missed something, but, like... I don't even know what to say. We literally, like, went over everything. Unless we were stupid and just didn't see something, but... That's dumb.
I don't know about that. Alright. I don't know if it matters, but we might have to reread all of the pages along the way.
That should be fine. Like, you know.
Oh, that's why it tells you have inventory space, because you have to pick up the spears.
Yes! That's what I... Okay, that's what I said. And I was like, yeah, that's what the inventory space was for.
Oh. You probably said that while I was being attacked by a psychic goddess. I apologize.
No, I also said that... Yes, I think I said that then, but I also said that here. I was like, make sure to leave a space open for the spears.
Why would you have said that in this hallway?
No, afterwards when we died and we were moving things around. It was like, yeah, make sure to leave it empty.
God, that's so cool. This fucking...
Their designs are really pretty, too. Not this version of them. These guys are ugly right here. But...
Yeah, this one. I think this is really attractive. I love it when my 9-foot-tall psychic goddess is made mostly of rotting flesh. That's my kink, dude. Okay, so... Woo! How?
Nice.
Okay, drop the spears. Drop them. Pick it up, thank you. So now I need to
beat it. I don't know.
Hey, bitch, die.
Is this where you? That's
okay,
where you
so
shove the spear in.
I just have to click. I just have to click. Got it. We got a lot of duders. Going on. I really hope I don't have to do that for each spear.
I don't think they're red. I think you're fine. Ah, you...
So, hello? Oh, I shift-tabbed.
I was like, what was that?
Okay, so we're back. What are you doing? What are you doing, lady? Okay, she's picking them up.
Got her. Oh, is there gonna be more?
Oh, ammo! It's just a bunch of ammo. Yeep oof.
Do you see how those look?
That's great. She is a psychic goddess. What the hell? Oh, am I? Oh, because I'm in the darkness.
Yeah.
I'm in the darkness.
You're in the darkness. Okay, I guess that counted as you getting hit.
No. Hey! Oh, I didn't reload!
Oh my god. Be careful, she may do those waves again.
Did that just not hurt her?
I
These are expensive ass bullets, dude. They need to be hurting her. Oh, there she is. Okay, so she just had to do her thing. I think I lost all that ammo too. Orbs. Okay, I got the bullet, so I think I'm good.
Wait, did it hurt them? I can't tell.
I don't think.
I just hate these two things like walking around where you.
Oh.
Don't go near them.
On.
Oh, see, they were hurt. Hit them! Smack them on the ground.
Oh, they were hurt.
No, they're
I
dead.
think they're just dead. She just dealt so much damage, they just died. I guess that does make sense given the circumstance. That didn't.
Did you get her?
Anything,
I can't tell.
I think I just straight missed. I think she's got a. Ooh.
I think you got her because
There
like
you go.
yes.
I did. Yeah. There you go. Oh, welcome back, guys.
It seems like unless there's more, yeah, it seems like.
Woo! It's okay. It's okay. I still have auto injectors too, so.
Oh, there's more. Never mind. There's just actually more of them.
There's a lot of guys now.
Oh, but if it can hit them.
The arena is so small, and there's so many dudes. Spears coming down.
Yeah, they're
Spears
red
coming
though.
down. Spears gonna explode. All right. Hold on. Oh, it didn't actually use an auto injector earlier. Very interesting. Give me this, give me this, give me this. No, come on. Give me this, give me this. Yes, got it.
Yes, good, good.
Okay, it's okay.
It's just so much visual noise.
Elster. I would love for her to kill her own guys. Yeah, like that, but more effective.
It's doing so much because one of them got hit with.
She killed him by contact damage. Come on, lady, you gotta fall down. No.
This is nice for us.
I'm out of bullets. I'm out of bullets for my big gun. Oh, come on.
We'll keep going.
Okay, cool. She finally caught up to the fact that she was dead. Spear coming down. Spear red. Spear is red. Spear is no longer red. This is it, I think? Hello?
Yeah, nice.
Strib.
You have to run. She's
don't
through another
aiming.
one. Yeah. Oh!
Don't do that.
She's gonna run another one?
I can barely see them. Because they're just, it's not actually a physical object, it's just like warping of light.
Yeah.
Come on, lady.
Oh.
No. Dude, I can't see shit. I think I got hurt.
Yeah, you got hit once. She's throwing the big ones?
I got it.
Oh,
come on.
Keep going, keep running. Unfortunately, it's actually really hard to see if you're hitting her.
Oh.
Here it is.
I'm so sorry.
That looks bad.
Violent scene missing. 512. Okay.
That's that picture.
Yeah, it's altered full.
Yeah, Because Falk was the one messing with, like,
Ulster 512.
512. Ulster has killed Falk.
Now we are one. Bitch, come on. That's not fair. I killed you. I've been waiting for this for a long time. The space intentionally left blank. I love it when they do that.
Okay.
Once again. That's Alder, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Alder's just, yeah, disintegrating.
This is our last chance. You selfish monster, Alder. He stabbed me in the fucking brain again, dude.
Oh, is that the eye, the one that we had?
That was the one in the last
bandaged.
quote unquote ending. Yeah, it was the same thing.
I don't.
Okay. Hold on.
Back to the ship. Yeah. Can you open the door this time?
Without your arm flying off.
This is altered, right? Because she already tried pulling on it once. Oh. Release. She managed to get into it.
Okay. She didn't rip off her arm this time. Am I hurt? Am I? Oh, I can't even tab. Penrose briefing, phase 2. Our will have passed, but congratulations. By now, you should have fully acclimatized to life aboard the ship. As you approach the Oort cloud, your search for new worlds will begin. Utilizing long-range sensors, you will scout for valuable resources, habitable worlds, and
I
sites of
remember
alien
reading
life.
this.
Yeah, so it's just the same thing. So, fucking north or south, I guess. What do you think?
Well, her, if we fell into the right spot, her room should be like the right one, right?
Here?
Yeah, but that, okay, well, no. We're denied.
Okay,
We're
never
also
mind.
denied
We can
there.
only go north, I guess. Yep, never mind. All right.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we checked.
It's all full of garbage. Why is it full of garbage? Like garbage bags. Like not even just refuse. And I can't go down. Oh, because that's like all sand, I guess. Cycle 225. When I signed up for this mission, I just wanted to get away from everything. I was sick of rot front, of school, of the photo store, sick of the fake smiles and the whispering behind people's backs. When I saw the photo of that soldier, I wondered who she was. Was she happy? Was her family proud of her? Did her comrades love her? Since we look alike, could I have been like her? In the end, I just wanted to leave. Nothing had done or made ever meant anything to anyone, so why bother? Here, I'm finally free. I get to be myself and do what I want. I can finally be happy.
Okay.
Okay. This was the medical room.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 2 documents at minimum. This is her painting. Plus a lot of paintings, I guess.
Some of those I think are bags, or like medicine bags.
Over here? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
these like IV bags.
Yeah, those thin ones. Ugh.
Phase
Okay.
3. You've survived
3,000.
3,000 cycles, reaching the final phase of the Penrose program. With the end of the operational lifetime of your replica unit approaching, it is time to prepare for the final phase of your mission. If you have not found a suitable world for landing by this point, accept that you will not. See, this is what I thought. I fucking knew it. The Penrose program, we're just gonna shoot you off into space and fucking
Uh,
get to it. Find solace in the thought that others might be successful where you failed. As you are probably aware, your ship's spare parts and rations will soon be depleted. Life support systems and reactor shielding will soon begin to fail, and radiation may begin to leak from the cooling system. We recommend you do not attempt to prolong your suffering by reusing old filters or rationing supplies. Instead, make peace with your fate.
uh,
We suggest that you ask your replica, while it is still functional, to spare you a slow and agonizing death, or that you take permanent rest in the cryogenic pod. Okay, so she's probably in the cryopod then.
mhm.
I think I'm picking up on what they're putting down here, but I obviously need more. Remember, you will die having served your nation by partaking in a glorious demonstration of our power.
So she just has
Now,
incredible psychic ability, and she's in a cryopod, and that's why her like brain is like
well, I don't know
leaking.
if she actually had psychic ability. I think that it might have been something along the lines of like I think that we might have actually crashed. God, it's so hard to understand. Like, I don't get the whole thing with Falk, I guess. Like why was Falk mind melding with like an Elster, like an Elster's memories? That's the part I don't get. Cycle 648. Talk some more to the Elster unit. She's different from the replicas I knew back home. Nothing like my teachers or the Blockwork Protector. I know she didn't have a choice, but it feels like she's also here because she didn't fit in. It's like we've run away from the world together. At first, oh, zero. Got it. At first, I didn't like having someone around, and I was glad that she was quiet and didn't approach me. But lately, I've missed having someone I can talk to. It's been so long since I've last seen another person. I never thought I'd miss it, except her. Everything is the same in here. Always. Nothing ever changes. Isn't that the exact opposite of what Alder was fucking freaking out about? Was like, everything's falling apart!
Uh-huh. He's the one who
Wouldn't it
likes
be nut?
routine.
Wouldn't it
Yeah.
be nuts if this whole game, like, imagine she was psychic, right? Imagine if this whole game was just a hyperactive psychic mind, like slowly degrading over time in a
Yeah.
cryogenic pod, and like this whole game is just like like hypothetically simulating what it's like to die as a psychic.
Yeah, it's at the end of her life now, and that's why.
Oh, it's radioactive as shit in here. Cycle 1294. I had a strange dream. I was listening to the radio with my mother. Like back then, the numbers were on, and mother was taking notes with a book on her lap. It was that book I saw in the shop window of the bookstore where the twins lived, the one with a yellow hooded figure on the cover. When I went there to buy it, it was gone, and Erica said the protectors had confiscated it. Or was it Issa? I can't remember. Okay, so that's them. Cycle 1840. Everything is always the same. I feel like I'm trapped inside this ship. I know every bolt on every panel in every room of it. I've seen everything. I've done everything there is to do in here. I can't concentrate on anything. Do you think that she knew that she was never coming back?
I don't
Because I'm not gonna
know.
lie, that first note did kind of sound suicidal, right?
Yeah, at the same time, she's also like, I just wanted to get away from everyone, and that's why she's like, oh, well, this should work out. But I don't know whether or not she knew that this is just like a suicide mission.
Interesting. I wonder if we're gonna have a diary entry on that. Anyway, it's like there's a fog inside my head, and whenever I try to do anything, I just can't focus. I want to go outside. I want to breathe fresh air. I want to feel the wind on my face and in my hair. Cycle 2503. I
God,
think
that's
I
getting close
lost
to
more hair.
3,000. Yeah.
I'm sitting here getting older. Every time I wake up, I feel older, weaker, sicker. I get out of breath so easily lately, and my back hurts when I sit down. How much longer will this go on? It feels like I'm just slowly dying. Now, okay, real quick. Is a
Mm.
cycle a day or a year?
I don't know.
I
They
don't
probably said it was
know,
a
right?
day, right?
Because they referenced a different like thing of time earlier, like a different unit of time, and I was like, "Oh, that's a year. A cycle must be a day, right?" But
Yeah.
like, if she's losing hair after 2,500 days, give me one quick second. Like, how many years is that? Calculator 2,503 divided by 365.
Cycle
Yeah,
makes sense for a
it's like
day.
just shy of 7 years. Why would she be losing her hair?
Mm.
Right? Unless she was
Unless
like
it's like the
actively sick or
radiation.
something, but like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Unless like the ship started breaking down sooner. Ooh,
I mean, I guess it's true that they said that around 3,000 days is when things would start to deteriorate, but that's 500 or sorry, 500 cycles from now. Like we don't even know exactly what a cycle is. Would love to get out of this room. Let's get out of here. Oh, fucking blood everywhere. Cycle 5,000 and something.
5,000.
Wait, what?
5,000?
It must be. There's two spaces there.
Oh my
That
god.
what? So you made it an extra 66% longer than they wanted you to? I guess that's the rationing and stuff, but then how are you writing? You can't just be in the cryopod. I'm tired of it all. Every time I go to sleep, I wonder if I'll wake up again. I'm scared that I'll be the last time I said goodnight to her. Did I say it right? Will she be okay? What if one of us just won't wake up tomorrow? Cycle 5,400 and something. I don't want to die. I don't want to live anymore either. Everything is just so exhausting. I just want to lie down and disappear. Cycle unintelligible. I just want to sleep. Please just let me sleep. Please make it stop. Please.
We're just gonna have to kill her.
But who's keeping her alive, I guess, is the question. Okay, both are active. I want to do this one.
Yeah. Well, that's not. Because that's the cryopod up there.
That's us. That's Elster.
Uh huh.
So who are we? I couldn't keep my promise. I eventually fell ill too. Had to end this way. Okay.
Okay, we just saw ourselves.
So I guess that's what all the garbage is, right? Is that Elster was like trying to maintain something, I guess? I don't know.
I don't know
You
how
ready to
long
go?
it's
You
been
ready to
since
go
she
into the
died.
cryo room?
Yeah.
I think we're about to see something really fucked up. It's time. This is all that's left. Go home. Yes.
We're gonna have to put her out of her misery.
But then what's keeping her alive? I don't get that.
Remember our promise.
Okay. Alive. I can't do it. Fuck.
Okay. Yeah. I don't. Gonna strangle her?
I feel like there's probably a better way to do this, but whatever. Countdown.
And what are we? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Has like I keep on forgetting her name. Can you like
Ariane?
yeah. Did Ariane like send, what is it? Like this Elster's like
Well,
memories
because
and
remember,
stuff
all
into Falk to then
Elsters
Falk
will.
to send.
Oh, okay,
So that's
maybe.
why it's repeating every single time. But this still doesn't make any sense because it's like looping.
Depending on whether or not this is a true ending or not, who knows? Maybe we have to loop again. Like if we see Ariane move here, then like the whole thing's fucked anyway.
I don't think so. I think we killed her. I think both of
But
us
did
are
we
dead.
succeed? Because my question is like, why? What did we do differently this time as opposed to every other loop, hypothetically?
I think it's just ending Ariane. I think Ariane was keeping this cycle going, and she's like, I can't do it anymore.
Right, but it seems like but then why wouldn't Ariane just die? I guess. Like it almost seemed like something outside of her control was keeping her alive, or maybe it was just the fear of death.
I think
Maybe it was.
so. I think she's
Maybe
like,
it was
I want it
literally
to
just.
naturally end, and I don't want to like kill myself, but like
But
it's
I
not
can't
stopping.
die.
It's not stopping, so I really don't know what to do. I think someone else has to do it.
I'm trying because the problem is that there's a lot of stuff that I don't like. There were a lot of things prior to these last two sessions that I thought I knew like for sure, right? Like I thought I knew what the status of the government was. I thought I knew about like the mine that we were going down into and whatnot. But at the same time, like, why are we doing this on the Penrose? Do you think she got the job at the mine and then was put on the Penrose
That's the thing. I don't
program?
understand. We haven't answered. I don't, unless I just didn't understand. We haven't answered what the sickness is. I don't even understand what. I think this is time looping. I don't actually know if any of this is real or not.
I want to say the sickness was that they discovered something in the core of the planet while they were mining that, like, interacted with the bioresident animatronics, and then that led to like an eldritch disease sort of thing, right? Like that's just like sci-fi horror, like that you can just kind of like pass off, assuming that that's correct. But we don't know that that's correct, because if that's the case, then what the fuck is all this? Like I almost want to say like the thing that I said earlier, where it's like I almost want to say that Ariane had a very small amount of natural bioresonance, went into the mine, kind of synced up with whatever, like she was like the person who interacted with whatever this entity was first, and then that led to it like leading to this like disease, because I don't think it's like a disease, quote unquote. I think it's literally just like the psychic projection of whatever this eldritch creature was causing reality to warp, because like I don't know, reality is perception, because that was something that one of the books talked about, right? Remember the book that
It's
had
like
the
your
sticker on it that
reality's
said that it was
actually
condemned?
changing.
Yeah, reality
Is that
is
Adler's?
perception.
Yeah.
So I guess the idea is, so I mean that could be part of it. And so like the whole thing with the Penrose program was that she's like in her own mind. She gets to do a thing where she's like, okay, I have an infinite amount of time. I have an infinite amount of time to live the life that I always wanted. But then the life that she wanted was just like I guess all she could think of was like, I wish I had gotten accepted into the Penrose program, and just kind of fell in love with this like Elster. And I mean, it seemed like they were happy for a very short period. Well, I guess a comparatively short period of time. But at the same time, I don't quite know. I don't know, man. Depending on whether or not there's like we're gonna be able to load into a new game plus, I might just start looking stuff up, being like, what is happening exactly?
Yeah, I my brain is just still left very much like I don't really know. I
feel like I don't have enough to grasp onto, you know? I don't feel like I'm stupid.
Like I have the edges of the puzzle, but I have nothing of the middle, and I don't know what the puzzle actually looks like.
Yeah. And so I don't know, because there's like a lot of stuff. Like I was watching a lore video from Elden Ring a couple days ago, and one of my favorite things about like From Software lore videos is that if the person is taking themselves seriously, they have to add in caveats where it's like, okay, now this is my personal interpretation, and it's a good story, right? Like their personal interpretation like is cool, it makes sense. but they don't actually have an answer in the game,
Yeah.
right? So, like for example, there's like this one area
Rose
early on
engine.
where a enemy from a later area shows up, and they have like this whole big long thing where it's like, oh, this is why this knight is here when he's not supposed to be. Was there a thing at the bottom?
It was like copyright.
Ending promise.
Death cheated 11
I'm
times.
not gonna hit anything. I'm not gonna hit anything yet. I'm gonna anyway. Long story short, I don't need to get into all that. I wonder. I want to trust that there is a de facto answer to this game. And once again, the stuff where it's like it might just be like an eldritch entity, a la Dead Space, where they found the marker deep underneath the surface of a planet. Like totally fine. I can write that off as like okay, that's just how the world is. That makes sense. But at the same time, I don't know, your analogy of like having the edges of the puzzle, but then like there just is no middle puzzle. Like I can tell that there's supposed to be something here, but I don't see any pieces. And I don't know what I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Total
wonder-
healing.
Like I said, death cheated 11 times. I think
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Times died.
Saved, times loaded.
Times loaded. Times saved 81.
Average time between
What do you think?
saves.
What do you
8
think
minutes.
what do you think the orange letters after promise mean?
I don't know.
Hold any key to continue.
Ending promise. I think continue just goes from here and then begin anew.
Okay.
I
Let's take a minute to look into some stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, excuse me.
all right.
Maybe let's see.
Endings from the Signalis.
Yeah,
There
see if
are
promise is
4
the true
endings.
one. Yeah, because we got promise.
Which is, I guess, it's the third to last on this list. So I think that's the true ending, hypothetically. I think there's a bad ending, a good ending, a true ending, and then a secret ending.
Okay.
Okay, how do we want to do this? Let's discuss this.
I don't think we're gonna play this again because I feel like that's an entire playthrough. So I feel like if we go through the list, I would totally be fine with that, as well as like.
Okay, I'm just gonna read the wiki then. How does that
Yeah.
sound?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So give me a minute. Should I give you something to like look at while I'm reading this? I don't know if I can.
You can, if you want. Can you go back to just the? I don't know if this will work. but
Well,
the
as
main
soon as
screen.
as soon as I start scrolling on the wiki, it's gonna just cut you off again.
That's fine. Can I just see the title screen though? I feel like that'd be at least a bit nicer.
Oh, as opposed to this.
Yeah. Leave me
Okay,
on.
big eyeball.
Yeah.
Enjoy eyeball. All right.
Thank you.
False ending. After exploring nowhere, Elster climbs up a hole and arrives at the red gate where she finds Alder, or Adler rather. Adler
Okay.
warns of her dangerous past, of the dangers past the gate, telling her that Falk crossed the gate and saw something that made her fall sick. Elster continues alone. Elster walks past several dead Elsters and arrives at Penrose 512. 2 questions appear on screen directed at Elster. Who are you? What are you looking for? Elster believes she was looking for Alina Seo, but she is actually looking for Arian Young. Okay. So just the fact that the 2 people look similar is part of that, I guess.
Is this like the first time she went to the ship, you think?
I don't know. I'm going to keep reading.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
Who is the Gestalt pilot for Penrose 512. Elster experiences the memories of her Gestalt life as a soldier who met Alina. What? Okay, and whatever. Elster climbs the Penrose 512s and tries to open the door, but she tears off her arm and falls off the ship. Having
Yeah.
suffered critical injuries, the luster in Elster's eyes disappear and the scene fades to black. A shortened version of the game's credits play out. After the credits, the player seemingly return to the main menu While the menu normally shows a close up of Elster's eye, this time she appears to be dead, with
Okay, so it
her
is the
eye does
first
not
time.
follow the cursor. Press begin, credits, or quit results in the game starting again, with Elster waking up on Penrose 512. As Elster explores the ship, it is revealed the game's story is continuing where it left off. Okay, so that's the one that we got 2 sessions ago. All right, now we're on to the main endings. After completing the North Wall puzzle in Rotfront, North Wall being the dial puzzle, I guess, Elster cannot leave the wall and must enter the bedroom where she finds a safe and the king in yellow. If Elster opens the safe and picks up the potted flower from inside the safe, the game immediately ends with the artifact ending, which I guess is the secret ending. If Elster
Mm.
picks up the king in yellow, the game will lead to endings 1 of 3, or 1 through 3, leave, memory, and promise. In leave, Elster is unwilling to enter cryogenics and leaves the ship. She removes her armor plating and walks on the planet's surface. She collapses and then dies. The second ending, Memory, Elster finds Ariane in the cryogenics pod and wakes her up. Ariane is unable to remember Elster for their promise. Elster stays by Ariane's side until she succumbs to her wounds, while Ariane remains alive. So I guess that's like the looping part. And then Promise. Elster finds Ariane in the cryogenics pod and wakes up. Ariane remembers Elster and
We're
their
at the end of the
promise.
game,
Elster carries out the
Close your
promise
eyes or
and kills
ears.
Ariane, having suffered critical injuries. The luster in Elster's eye disappears, and she dies next to Ariane. The
Okay.
artifact ending. The safe in Ariane's room has 3 padlocks, which require 3 keys: the key of love, the key of eternity, and the key of sacrifice. I'll be reading those in just a moment, I promise you.
Keys?
Yep, we'll get to that in a second, I guess.
My God.
These keys must be collected throughout the game. All 3 keys must be in the inventory when the North Wall puzzle is solved. After removing the pad. Wait. So if they have to be in the inventory when the puzzle is solved. Oh, no, that makes sense because then you walk through the door and
Yeah,
then
because
that's
you're
when it clears out
forced.
your inventory. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, all 3 keys must be in the inventory when the North Wall puzzle is solved. After removing the padlocks, the safe itself must be opened with a 20-digit code series of numbers.
What?
There is a number station that appears at multiple points in the game and transmits this
Okay.
code, read out loud in German, as it is as its first 20 digits. The audio can be heard in the main menu during the Magpie Antenna puzzle in Part 10, and now
Yeah, these are some
Rotfront.
shenanigans.
And during the cutscene for the first time Elster was in Ariane's room, the latter cutscene displays the code on screen as well. So walking into Ariane's room for the first time physically showed us whatever code it is that we needed for this ending, I guess. Opening the safe reveals a potted plant of white lilies. Elster picks up the lilies and is seen placing them at a ritual site in a dark, fleshy landscape. She dies, and 5 other dead Elsters are now shown surrounding the site, making a total of 6 dead Elster units. At the center, the ritual is a glowing object. The scene returns to Penrose 512 with a red eye dangling overhead. Inside the wrecked Penrose, Elster and Ariane are seen dancing together in Ariane's headquarters. So I guess in the artifact ending, whatever entity is causing all this, like whatever eldritch entity is causing all this, like gets what it wants, I guess. I don't know, but we'll have to look into that. All right. Are you ready for the requirements for each ending?
Yes. I want to know. Yeah.
There is a lot, man.
I'm still
All
so
right.
confused. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Well,
think we're straight. I think straight up after this, we might have like I might look up like a Signalis explained, like a video essay, and then just like either give you the Cliff's notes or send it to you if it's too complicated.
yeah, we'll do. Yeah, but I think based off of what we were hearing, I think we did get the true ending.
I think we got the true ending
Yeah,
based on because we kept our promise, right? And that's the
yeah,
idea, I guess, is that we kept the
and
promise.
we technically released everyone from their suffering.
Okay. What affects the ending? There their game keeps track of the values named leave, circle, and death, which are scored based on the player's statistics. So this is what I heard, because in Silent Hill 2, the good ending was locked behind like esoteric things such as like how long did you look at the photograph of your wife,
Oh my
which does
god.
nothing other than just give you points for the ending. Um the game starts with 2 points in circle, which is the memory ending, the one where she doesn't remember you and you just kind of die next to her.
Okay.
Uh, New game +2 to circle. Total active play time in hours. If you beat the game in less than 6 hours, you get +1 to circle. If you beat it between 6 and 12 hours, you get nothing. But if you take more than 12 hours, you get +1 death. So we actually got nothing because I think we did it within 11 hours. All
Okay.
right. NPC talks. If you talk to more than 25 NPCs, you get +1 to leave, which is the bad ending. If you talk to more than 35, you get +2 to leave. It's the +1 plus an additional +1. So
That's a lot
talking
of
to
people. Is there even
so
that many
talking
people?
to well, I guess I don't know. I guess we did it. I guess we didn't. I don't know. So by the way, NPC talks, that includes when you keep talking to them.
Okay, that makes more sense then. Okay,
Yeah,
that's more
yeah, yeah.
reasonable.
Not 35 unique individuals, I think. Um, Healing time fraction, calculated as healed time divided by healed time segment. Don't know. I think this means like, did you spend most of the game healed or not healed? Because the delineation is, did you spend more time, like did you spend 60% of your time
Full,
healed,
like more full health, yeah, versus
more like higher health, then that's +1 to leave. More than 80%, you get an additional +1 to leave. So that's a lot of stuff when it comes to leave so far. Regen time. Did you spend more than 5 minutes regenerating health? You get +1 to death. Did you spend more than 5 minutes? Oh, it's literally the same thing twice. This has a question mark on it, but apparently there's a secondary factor that gives you a secondary +1 to death. Okay, I
okay.
guess. Damage taken. More than 1900 damage taken, +1 to death. Near death survives. More than 8 near death experiences adds +1 to death. More deaths, so more than 5, you get +1 to death. Enemies killed, more than 90, you get +1 to death. More than 120, you get an additional +1 to death. So it's a lot of stuff for death right now. So actually, I think the hardest one is memory, because you only get 3 to circle. And literally, because apparently it's just whichever one you have the higher score in, with
These
the
are really weird
impossibility of there being
metrics.
a tie. Well, it's a really weird metric. So I guess I don't know. Maybe the true ending is death, but maybe the true ending is actually the memory ending, the one where she forgets you and you die next to her, because that's like the hardest ending to get, I guess, because in order for you to get that, you need to have 3 or less leave and death over the course of the entire game.
But okay, well, I don't know if we would consider. I don't know what the metrics is for thinking of what a true ending is, because who knows? Maybe their true ending story wise is death, but like the
I feel like
harder
the true
ones.
ending story wise is what we did, because that was the
Yes,
promise, was to
I
kill her.
agree. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty
Uh,
hard to.
if death promise equals leave, you get the promise ending. Otherwise, you get the ending with the highest score. Nothing is written about when circle memory equals another ending. Okay, I don't get what that means, but anyway, so apparently that's all the endings. Apparently there's like a bunch of them. Oh, I think we did get one of these keys: the key of love, key of eternity, and key of sacrifice. We got one of these.
Did we?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the key. Remember when we were in that room? God, it was like a room where it was like an invisible maze full of razor wire.
Yeah.
And if you got to the very end of the maze, there was a key of sacrifice.
Yes.
Or was that the
Oh, the
rusted key?
sacrifice
It might have
room. Yeah.
actually, you know what? I might be getting confused. I think we got the sacrifice tablet in there and then a rusted key, which is different.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I'm gonna read the key of love, key of eternity, and key of sacrifice. We'll see what fucking happens, I guess. The key of love is part of the secret ending of Signalis. It can be found by setting the radio to a certain frequency and being in a certain location. Description: Cycle 888. I've tried to teach Elster how to dance. It's so cute how clumsy she can be when it comes to such things. Oh, it's the key of love. How delightful.
Makes sense.
Inspecting it. So that's the basic description is that cycle, and then inspecting it is cycle 1024. Before I met Elster, I never
So
believed I would find
124.
someone I could fall in love with like that. Okay, that's very touching.
So is that what's
Location.
124? Is that what you mean?
Location. The key of
Location?
love can be found during part 3, workers' quarters, in the isolation room if you finished Signalis at least once. You have to set your radio to frequency 96 and interact with the cage in the bottom right. So you literally can't get the secret ending until you've beaten the game at least once.
Okay.
So I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't.
Well,
I'm
we still,
happy
by the way, we still
learning
have to
about
do our
this.
digest on Signalis, period, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. Key of Eternity. The key of eternity is blah 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 blah. Okay. Description. Are you still looking for answers where there are only questions? Inspect. There's nothing but heartbreak at the end. This feels like either Alder or Falk saying these things, interestingly.
Mm.
Location. The key of eternity can be found during part 6, Protectors, in the Star Dormitory on the 8th floor if you finished Signalis at least once. You have you have to have set your radio to the frequency 65 and interact with the bookshelf next to the left bed at the end of the dorm. I kind of get that. Okay. Trivia. The painting where the key of eternity can be picked up is titled Saturn Devouring His Son and painted by Guy
And
Goya.
painted by a
So,
dude. Yeah.
if you recall, actually, I did call that out when we were
Mm-hmm.
playing. I was like, hey, it's Saturn Devouring His Son. That's like a really famous, like, one.
It
It's
is
a
a
really
famous
famous, like,
painting. Yeah.
public. Well, it's more importantly, it's public domain. So you're allowed to use it for free. Okay, that's interesting, I guess. Key of Sacrifice. Description. On the horizon, I saw a star fall into the sea, and the sound of thunder, like trumpets of angels, flew over the water. And if you inspect it, it says, a mix of hail, fire, and blood hit my wet face, and a third of all creatures that lived in the sea died. That sounds like a nuke, actually.
Yes.
Like a star falling into the sea, and then there's a sound of thunder. I
Really
guess the
big. Yeah, like a
flash would
bomb.
probably happen first, but yeah, it sounds like a bomb. Location. The key of
Hmm.
sacrifice can be found during part 10 and now Rotfront in the storage section of the bookstore if you have finished Signalis at least once. You have set your radio to the frequency 240 and interact with the bookcase to the left of the interactable Song of God's book. Note that if you picked up the tarot card Death in the following room, this section will become inaccessible for the rest of the playthrough. So you have to pick it up before you pick up the tarot card Death.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, don't have any endings explained. So do you want to just do a digest? By the way, we should do the digest. Obviously, I want to talk about this game. Do you want to just end stream early today, I guess?
We could, and then, or like maybe afterwards, if you want, we could like play some Baldur's Gate together if you have time.
I'll double check. I'll double check on that just to see because I don't know. People could have gotten home by now, but I have no idea. All right, give me 1 second. Signalis explained.
It's definitely
A
something I think
complete
we need.
story breakdown of Signalis. It's fucking 2 hours long.
Oh my god.
Signalis full story explained definitive edition. It's literally just an animated picture of Elster and Ariane making out.
Reasonable. That is
Oh, that's really funny, dude. All right, I'm just gonna pop this up. I'll probably end up watching this because obviously I'm super into the what you calls it anyway. Um. Oh, hey, the Fear and Hunger video essay that I watched a while back from Worm Girl. I forgot about that. I should send that to you so that way you can experience Fear and Hunger.
oh, so I can be
Anyway,
traumatized? Oh, thank you
no, it's
for
fine. The game's
thinking of
fine.
me.
All right, let's talk about the game, I guess. Obviously, I am a windbag and I can talk for an hour about this game, but how do you feel? I know you didn't play it, but you were here for the
So
whole
as a
thing.
witness to this game, I would say like automatically my mind went to like a 6 out of a 10, but I don't know if I'm being too. I think the 6 is
I
because
feel
I'm
like
genuinely just confused.
I think you're just a little butthurt that the story doesn't necessarily fit into like a clean ending, I guess.
It may not
Because
even be clean. I just
you've said stuff similar to this for games that were 9 out of 10s, but you didn't like the story.
yeah, maybe and that's what I'm saying. Maybe the story is what's really hitting because I think the gameplay was really cool in here. Like I think gameplay wise, my mind like as soon as I just said ignoring stories, just like an 8 out of a 10. I think.
Because I wanna point out, by the way, I have played like a couple, like not a couple. I guess comparatively to like most people, I played more survival horror games than not. But at the
mhm.
same time, like this is one of the best feeling survival horror games I have ever experienced. Literally, the only thing I can complain about is when you're aiming at a guy and it just randomly decides to switch targets. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
sorry, please continue.
game wise, I think it's like an 8 out of a 10. Story, I'm like 6 because I don't freaking understand what's happening.
I'm worried because like I think I'm gonna watch this video essay and then it's like I'm gonna be very careful. I'm gonna with permission I'll watch it first just to see if I can like digest it and regurgitate
Yeah.
it in a much shorter form. But like I am gonna be very conscious while watching the video essay about like is this actually in the game or like you know what I mean? Like is this
Are they
like are you
making
just
like giant leaps and bounds that you're somehow supposed to connect two things together, but like really, who on their in their right mind would be able to figure this out, kind of thing?
something along those lines, right? Because it's like there's a lot of people that I have like enormous respect for, where it's like, oh yeah, like once again, the thing I was referencing before, like I respect Vati Vidya's theories because they're always so robust and well thought out, and I know he did his due diligence. But if I watch this video essay and they're like, yeah, the game is an allegory for the trauma of being a lesbian, I'm gonna be like, no, but what about the psychic shit though? Like, can we
Like all this
focus
other
on that?
crazy stuff, yeah.
Like that's one
Um,
of God. That's one of my favorite like reoccurring jokes because there's so many. One of my favorite reoccurring jokes online is like certain demographics of people in video games have like consistent move sets and powers. So, like for example, across many different games, characters from Brazil have lightning powers for some reason. The main culprit
okay.
here is like Street Fighter because like Street Fighter has several characters from Brazil that all have like storm and lightning
I
powers.
didn't know
But there's
that.
like several other pieces of media where like the character from Brazil has fucking thunder powers for some reason. It's crazy. But one of my favorite ones is if the character is trans, they have a double jump because like the main character from Celeste has a double jump. Fucking the fan theory is that the main character from fucking Pizza Tower is trans and stuff like
Oh
that.
my
And like I
god.
don't know, I just like beyond the discussion of transness or whatever. I love the idea of just if you become trans, you just get a double jump. Like it just automatically happens to you. And so now in my mind, I'm applying it to this where it's like, hey, did you know that lesbians have psychic powers?
Oh my god. I
Dude,
don't
I think I
I
need
think you
to
need to
call up my I think I need to
Oh my
call up my cousin
god.
and be like, "Yo, do you have psychic powers?"
How to
You
feel
know?
about that? I don't know. I feel like we're going a bit crazy now,
I
but
think that lesbians have psychic powers, and I think this game is very
well,
strong evidence to
you
support that.
think whatever you
Um,
want to think, okay? I'm still on like I don't know what's
anyway,
happening.
I would also like to reiterate that obviously this game is going for a very specific art style. It's supposed to be like an early PS2 horror game, and holy shit, does it nail that aesthetic. And the problem
Sure,
is
so
that I could definitely see a realm where a lot of people don't really vibe with it because they're used to like modern aesthetics and whatnot, but there's
mhm.
just something about like the character models not really having faces. Like they like you clearly see like where the divots for eyes would be, but there's no eye there. Like
And
I
then
almost
being
feel like
extremely tall with the legs and everything, that really
yeah, well,
has
that's
come to
just
sense.
creepy, right? Well, that's just like that's just like design. I mean, I'm talking about like the engine that this game was built in was specifically designed to like replicate early PS2. And holy shit, I want to see more stuff made in this engine. You know what I mean? In terms of like the in-world aesthetics and whatnot, once again, there's a lot of stuff in here where it's like, okay, clearly whoever was designing this was having a laugh. Where it's like, oh, really? The like all of the hot robot women are like fucking 7 foot tall plus. Really?
Yeah.
You
The goddess
know?
is like 20 feet.
I won't lie. I think because the algorithm knew that I was playing Signalis on Twitch, I did get a meme on Twitter like 2 weeks ago, last week. Once again, I'm just gonna bring this up because it's like this is in the game where it's like clearly they're just having a laugh. Where do you remember super early on we found one of the Yule robots, and she was like really hurt or whatever, and she was just kind of on the ground. Um, we didn't know it at the time because why would we know, right? But if you actually look at her, she has a very unique shade of vibrant blue in her mouth that none of the other Yule units have throughout the entirety of the game, right? So that's a really weird detail. What's that about? We met a star unit much later who was specifically looking for their Yule friend. And in one of the documents that I guess we read or skipped over or something like that, I'm not quite sure. In one of the documents, they talk about like the capabilities of the star replica units. And one of the things that they do is that they have a low form of repair gel that like essentially replaces like functions as saliva so they can repair themselves on the fly. Like obviously they can't like
Like lick
fucking
your own wounds.
yeah, it's literally fucking cat girl licking your own wounds so that way it like heals up. And it's a very mild form of this, but it's a vibrant shade of blue.
Okay.
And so
People are having
haha they
fun.
make out,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But that's in the game, right? So it's
Yeah.
like because apparently the entire Signalis community is like 80% people just being like Lamau hot lesbian robots, right? And it's like I don't know if I feel like I'm going nuts where it's like, but what about all the fucking crazy psychic space shit, right? And then it's like I go on the subreddit and the subreddit is just like the same very high quality like
Yeah.
animation being done where it's just Elster and Ariane doing like their own thing or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Like you're
I
allowed to
don't know.
have
I
fun.
feel like people probably just like for the most part, especially the Reddit type, they're probably more on like, oh, surface level, like, haha, look, women making out. Like
But
that's
at the
what they
same
care
time,
about.
but Saba, that's at the same time, the game really focuses on that in the background. Because like because I actually almost like not
Enigma.
even like like the surface level of the game hypothetically based on like what you would notice just by playing without paying attention is all the horror shit, right? Like all of the
Mm-hmm.
scary, oh my god, there's like flesh robots everywhere. But then like once you start looking deeper in, that's where the lesbian stuff comes from. And so I'm like, hold on, isn't this supposed to be the other way around? Where it's like, isn't the horror supposed to be the real thing? But it is. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but people are also horny, so that's also another
yeah,
reason
people are
why.
also
Like,
horny, and that's kind
yeah,
of what I'm getting at. Where
yeah.
like the r/Signalis subreddit is literally just like softcore Yuri porn the entire time, and I'm like, no one has any theories or
No, see, that's
no
what I
one.
just said. The Reddit people are just all horny. That's what it is. I think that's
Anyway,
it.
so beyond any of this stuff that's outside the game, we never found the grenade launcher. I almost wonder if that's a joke because I kind of
Red
mentioned this
herring
before.
ammo. I remember mentioning that before.
It's
You just give
entirely
us red
possible,
herring
and I thought you
ammo.
were crazy because it's like, why would you have this? But at the same time, I'm thinking about it. It's like, I guess you could hypothetically. Actually, you know what? I could look it up real quick. Signalis
Find
grenade
them
launcher
somehow, right? Is it something where it's like a
combined into what?
combination? I don't like. That's the thing. There are certain things you could just combine that maybe we didn't think about doing at all.
Where do I get the last weapon?
Unless it's like a second playthrough thing.
Ah, okay. Nope.
We
I'm
just
not gonna
missed it.
lie. Never would have figured this out in a million years.
Okay.
Um,
Good to know.
every other ammo type in the game is unique to a specific weapon, right?
Yeah.
What weapon did we literally never shoot once?
Didn't we shoot
The
all of them? We got
flare
the
gun.
regular. Oh, the flare gun. Okay. I was like, I swear I thought we did all
You
of
can
them.
load the grenade launcher shells into the flare gun as an alternate ammo type.
Dang.
Never in a million years would have thought to do that. I was waiting because I was thinking because straight up the first time we got the grenade launcher rounds was around the same time that we got the rifle rounds, and then it's like, oh, so we're gonna get a grenade launcher and a rifle, and guess what? We got the rifle,
Yeah.
which was like an optional weapon or whatever. But anywho, um, aesthetic was great. I felt like the world building was so good in this game. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is where you and I differ on a lot of stuff because it's
The
like
world building was good. I can
you want to give the game a 6 out of 10 because you didn't really grok the story.
Well, if you want me to say world building, the world building's pretty good. The world building was also like I think an 8 out of 10.
No, but what I
for
mean to
me.
say is that I find the world building to be the story, like in a way. You know what I mean? Where it's like the world has so much detail and like has so much history
I guess
involved
I
with
can
it and so much
separate.
fucking crazy stuff. Whereas like I don't know, the story of like this lesbian robot couple is like I don't know, kind of in the back of my mind, I guess. I don't know. But the how do I put it? Anyway, I don't know. I feel really weird about this because it's like what was the game that we literally just played where the game was really good for a really long time and then the ending was it was Little Goody Two Shoes, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Little Goody Two Shoes I thought was awesome right up until we got to the end where it's like, oh, there's not actually a lot of substance here. And in order to see
It's
more
also
of
plot
this, you would have
holes.
to
Yeah.
yeah, just like weird plot holes that don't really make any sense. And I kind of get a similar feeling here, but I don't think it's plot holes. I think it's literally just that the game is specifically designed to be a mind fuck,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Once again, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that video essay because it has like fucking 600,000 plus views, so it must be pretty
And
good.
if I can shine a light
Um,
on it, like that'd be like perfect. I think because it's like I'm gonna separate world building to like the narrative, like story that's happened within game because the world building I think is pretty good.
should
The
we take a
narrative's just
second?
confusing.
Well, first off, before I propose this, is there any other like final statements you want to make about Signalis? Because you said like minus story, it's like an 8 out of 10, and that's with you out having even like playing the game, like physically.
Yeah,
to
I mean, I don't
see.
know how capable I would be to play the game, but based off of from what I was seeing, like the way like you can kind of like
It
run past a
feels
lot of
so good,
enemies
man.
and
It
like to do all
feels
this
so
other stuff,
good.
yeah, it looked pretty good. So
Fucking die. um,
we got a cool clip out of it. So
but yeah, so it's like an 8 out of 10, and I don't know. I feel conflicted because it's like I want to give this game like a 9 out of 10 because I think it might be the best survival horror game I've ever played, but at the same time, like I guess you don't really feel that scared after like the initial, because I was like, I don't know about you, but I was like terrified for like a lot of the early parts of this game. But
Mhm.
then once there was like so many fucking enemies all over the place, the terror kind of left, and I felt just kind of more exasperated because
Yeah,
it's
having
like,
to
dude, there's
trying
so
to
many
deal with
fucking
them.
people,
Yeah.
right? You know? And it should be noted that the flare rounds do act like incendiary rounds as long as they get the kill on an enemy. So it's like the sort of thing where I guess you're supposed to like have that. You're supposed to have that plus your pistol. You put like fucking 3 pistol rounds into them, and then you do a fully charged flare, so they die, and then the body gets incinerated. I guess that's supposed to be what we were doing, but then again, I don't
Okay.
know. Um, yeah. Okay. So my proposal that I wanted to do, because we're 20 minutes shy of a full 2 hour, like a full 2 hour block. Um, do you want to try to piece together what we understand the story to be as of right now?
I mean, maybe, but I can't, I probably won't be able to provide you anything because it's
Well, no,
still
well, no,
like,
well,
yeah,
well, the thing is that I think there's a lot of stuff that we know for a fact. Like we know for a fact that Ariane was living with her mother on Rotfront, right? And had like certain aptitudes that the government was interested in, so they like forced her to go to the Mandelbrot like vocational school, or
yeah,
sorry, polytechnical school, right? So we know that happened. Then based on the document that we found, we know that she like while she was there, she like had her part-time job and stuff. Well, no, actually, I think the part-time job was while she was living with her mom, because that was also on Rotfront, right? Because the stuff with like the Photoshop in the bookstore, that was all on Rotfront. So never mind, that would have been around the same time. So she goes into the Polytech, and then I think as soon as she graduates from the Polytech, she has compulsory military service like it's fucking Israel. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And so it's like, okay, you're in there now. By the way, who's the government fighting? The Empire? But what the fuck is the Empire?
They don't really describe like
Because like
what
they
it's
describe
like.
themselves as a rebellion, but I'm like, dude, you have fucking like 4 planets under your belt out of like 6 that are in the solar system. I don't think you're the rebels. I think you're the Empire. I don't know. And once again, I find it so confusing because it's like, okay, we designed the Falk units to look like the Empress and her daughters, and I'm like, wait, isn't that the bad guys? Don't you hate the Empire? Like, I don't understand what's happening exactly. I don't know. Like, did the Empire make the replicants? The replicas? You know? Anyway, so
Yeah.
so that, by the way, that is as far as I am confident that the story goes, because I think she does her compulsory military service, and then either she's accepted into the Penrose program and spends the rest of her life like on a ship, and all of that crazy shit happens, or she does not get into the Penrose program and is forced to work in the mines, where at the bottom of the mine she encounters some sort of eldritch being, whereas like in the Penrose program I think she also encountered an eldritch being which just did the same thing but from a different location. Because the fact that there was a gate and then a hole leads me to think that that might just be a metaphysical representation of the mind. Does that make sense?
Could be, yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Once again, I'm not super familiar with like the King in Yellow specifically, like in terms of the actual story. I know the fucking Eldritch God character. I'm relatively familiar with him. Like I don't think the King in Yellow has a thing about turning into a giant flesh unification monster. Don't know if
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
Once again, I like my understanding was that he like made people go like riot and insane, right? Like violence, not necessarily flesh thing. I don't know.
I mean,
Um,
halfway there, I guess.
Kinda, I guess. So you got all that. There's so much history that you could go into in terms of like what the different planets were doing. And I found it really interesting that a lot of the planets that they were on, or like the celestial bodies where bases existed, were moons. Because it's like
Mm-hmm.
Rockfront was clearly Jupiter. right? Because it even had like the red eye of Jupiter, in fact. But at the same time, you don't live on Jupiter, you live on the moon orbiting Jupiter, which I thought was interesting. Just as like a little bit of world building thing. So yeah, and then where the fuck does the Falk come into this? Because we
Well, they
only
were
ever
like,
saw the one Falk unit,
yeah, it's like
right?
we made a Falk in order to like, it's our greatest weapon or something, right?
No, you're right. Actually, yes, because that was like the poster, right? Was that it was the Falk was the Wunder weapon.
Yeah, the Calibri and then the Falk. It was like
The
it was like,
Calibri was first, where the Calibri was, hey, real people are sometimes rarely born with psychic powers. Let's take their mental image, put it into a robot, and then hyper accentuate it. Because that was the thing, remember, was that the Calibri were super sensitive to like emotion and stuff. Because I think it's literally like you know how like crazy people will put on the tinfoil hat so that way the aliens can't read their minds. I think
yeah,
they put on like a reverse tinfoil hat where it's like, hey, the innate psychic likeness that the person that you originally came from had, we're gonna amplify that to craziness, and then we're just gonna try to make it so you don't kill yourself.
yeah, because they were
You
talking
know?
about like, right? They're like, oh, we managed to achieve bioresonance, but we really actually don't know much about it, so we don't know if good, bad, or whatever. We're just like, oh, it works, and we can use it as a weapon.
Yeah, that's also another part. Now that you mention it, that's another part that kind of not rubs me the wrong way, I guess, but like feels weird. Where it's just like, okay, so is the idea that psychics always existed, but we just never really had the technology to not only recognize but also utilize them? Because My Hero Academia has this thing that I really enjoy, where the idea is that most of human history did not have superheroes or superpowers, but then the first being that was ever born with superpowers just so happened to have the power to cause this giant like radioactive pulse that made it so that way like 90% of human beings develop quirks now, right?
Mm,
And I thought, and like obviously that's contrived, but hey, at least there's an event that leads to this, right? So it
yeah,
kind of makes sense from that context. Where it's like in this one, I don't really feel like they explained, because it's like, yeah, the Empress was able to take over the entire solar system within like a couple years because she had crazy fucking psychic powers, right? But did psychics exist before her? Like, I don't like. She was, according to the thing that we read, she was born with the psychic powers. So
yeah.
like, is that just a thing that's happened like throughout all of history? Was that like people were born with psychic powers, but just we didn't know what to do with them, so they just kind of didn't do anything? Because that's the thing. If you have psychic powers like the Falk demonstrated, I don't know, maybe the Empress doesn't have that level of psychic like power, but like if you do, the ability to levitate anything with your mind would be fucking insane. Like all of history
Yeah.
would have changed, right?
They're like
But
messing with
then
people's
again, I
minds
actually don't
and moving
know.
things.
Do we think that this was the? Do we think that this was our solar system? By the way, like I feel pretty confident in that, right?
I mean, it seems reasonable to think that like they if they would make a solar system, it would be in reference to ours, right?
Well, I mean, hypothetically, yeah. But what I mean to say is, like, within the context of what the game showed us, like, Veneta was an ocean world that was mostly covered by like the ruins of like skyscrapers and stuff, right? Like that's what they kept talking about. But then there was also like a war on Veneta, so I don't really understand. I guess it was a naval battle. I guess it was a naval war. Now that I think about it, but then like the planet that would have been Mercury was a red desert, which kind of makes sense, you know, for it being so close to the sun. And then Rotfront has the fucking clearly the red eye of Jupiter on it because they talk about
Mm-hmm.
how it what was the name? What was that word where it's like you see patterns where none exist? It was like para something.
I don't remember the word, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The,
Anywho,
yeah.
so that the reason I asked if like do you think that this was our solar system or not, was like, we don't actually know how far into the future this takes place.
Pareidolia?
Pareidolia, that was correct, yes. But yeah, I don't know how far into the future this was, because the fact that it's not called, like, if it is our solar system, the fact that it's not called Earth, Mercury, Mars, what the fuck happened to Uranus and Pluto as well, right? Like, what the fuck happened to them?
They just
I don't
drifted
know.
off, maybe.
Or maybe they fucking got blown up.
They died.
We also, because you know the other major planet that I didn't recognize at all. Where the fuck was Saturn?
Oh yeah, there's no ring. There's like.
Yeah, I don't remember there being a single depiction of a planet with a ring. So it's like, okay, well that's the second largest gas giant in our solar system.
What did they say? Like I think they were, scientists say that maybe after enough period of time, Saturn, I think, will lose its rings. From what I recall.
Okay, I could see that. That's really interesting, actually. Because then maybe that, because like, what was because not Bouillon was Mercury. What Sorry, what was the one that had the government planet on it?
So I'm just gonna tell you the ones I have here. It's a Kitze, Lang, Veneta, Rotfront, and
I think Kitze was Mars. I think. Oh, actually, the one that said that it had a red desert, that's Mars. Obviously, it's the fucking red planet. Duh.
Yeah.
Fucking, I know. Yeah, you know what? Mercury kind of makes sense for it to have a red desert. It's really hot there, probably. No, it's obviously Mars. Anywho, yeah, I don't know. I don't really got anything else to say. I almost want to put this in my like favorites list, but I don't think I can until I watch the video essay. Because if the video essay is able to clear a lot of this stuff up, you're gonna get a fucking text from me later.
Be like, yes, it all makes sense now, and I'm be like,
it's like, oh, Saba, turns out it was actually genius the whole time. All right, well,
yeah, we'll see if it turns out that way. Yeah.
It's really funny that we're ending at the time that we would have ended at if we started at 2.
That's pretty good, I think. This was a reasonable stream.
I think we're all set. So next Sunday, you're starting Amori, right?
If that's what's on the list, yeah.
I believe that is it. All right, well, we have that to look forward to. Get hyped.
Ew.
Good night, Saba. I will message you in, I don't know, like in 10, 15 minutes to see about Baldur's Gate, but I'll let you know.
All right. Sounds good.
Ciao, ciao.
Right. Okay. Well, we all know my feelings on how it turned out. Yeah. I don't know. I like figuring things out. So when I'm not able to understand what's happening, I'm a little bit like, WTF, what's happening? Please, I want to know. But yeah. Nope, let me get rid of that. Hold on. Let's ignore that. Yeah. Thanks to whoever showed up like a while ago in one of previous streams as well to like talk about this and like did some cool stuff with us. I think it really helped add to the atmosphere. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Got some stuff to do. Yeah. Until next time. Yeah, we'll see if this outfit resurfaces at all. Maybe not anytime soon. I don't play sci-fi games, but I like it, and so hopefully we'll see it again. Now I'll say goodbye. Bye-bye.